How the Test Was Won is a pretty awesome Simpsons episode. This is the 11th episode of the 20th season, directed by Lance Kramer and Mike B. Anderson. And before we get in with this, I have two things to mention about the intro. And the first is that I forgot to mention it in the previous episode. The previous episode saw the launch of the new intro. And it's basically the classic intro, but with quite a few changes. It's going to take some time getting used to, but it's not too bad. I don't love it. But we had a Cheers parody in the intro for this, and it's just fabulous. And Sideshow Bob is Norm, and the fact that Kelsey Grammer voices Sideshow Bob in Sideshow Bob's in a Cheers parody, and Maggie was Cliff Clavin, and it was beautiful. The whole thing lasted, 7 seconds? But I absolutely adored it. My favourite Simpsons intro ever. Now for the episode itself. The test is the standardised test that everybody in Springfield Elementary is taking, and Lisa has some issues. It was interesting enough. I quite liked it. Bart and some of the other students and Skinner are sent away so they don't mess things up on the day, and we have some really interesting scenes there, particularly with Ralph. I thought Ralph and Skinner were the real stars of that story. And Ralph singing the Spice Girls while at a urinal, it was so fabulous. It was just so funny and just really charming. And I rather enjoyed it. We also have a narrative with Homer where he's forgot to send in his insurance form in time. So for a period of time in this episode, Homer has no insurance. And he is on the lookout for everything. And it's kind of like a Final Destination thing where everything around him in real life could cause significant harm. And I think it's very well done. It played out really well. There's a clip quite early on where we see Homer getting hurt from previous episodes in so many ways. And I feel like that ran on a little bit too long. But I also feel like that was done for padding. Because however much time they had left at the end of the episode would have probably dictated how many clips they fitted into that slot. But I didn't mind it. I thought it was a bit too long, but not really a big issue. And the scene, the Footloose scene, I won't explain it because it's near the end, but just look out for the Footloose scene. I thought it was brilliantly done, so fun, and just tremendous. Really thoroughly enjoyed this episode. It started off with a Cheers parody in the intro, and I have to say, I'm loving it. I think this is the third or fourth time The Simpsons has referenced Cheers or directly parodied Cheers, and I have to say it's just wonderful, especially the way they designed the bar. It's just, I love it. This episode itself is really strong, really funny. As I said, Skinner and Ralph were just the stars of this episode, not even just their story, but of this episode. Really thoroughly enjoyed it. Definitely one I'd be very happy to watch again, and so far my favourite episode in season 20.